Most people think a security guard's job is about keeping danger out. But for Leo, the new night watchman at the Aethelburg Industries office building, the real terror was already inside, and it came with an instruction manual. The previous guard, a weary man named Carl, handed him the keys with a trimmer in his hand. He didn't give a warning. He gave a rule book, a single, typed page titled Midnight Shift Protocols. "Don't ask why, just do," Carl had said, his eyes avoiding Leo's. "Read it, memorize it. Your life depends on it." Leo, needing the paycheck, shrugged it off. Weirdo, he thought. But on his first solo shift, the silence of the sprawling dark office complex pressing in, he decided to humor him. The rules were specific. Rule 1. The patrol must be walked on the hour, every hour, no exceptions. The timer is your god. Rule 2. If you hear crying from the third-floor women's restroom, do not enter. Stand outside and say, "The merger is complete." Wait for the crying to stop before proceeding. Rule 3. The motion sensors in the West Wing will trigger. Ignore them. Do not investigate. Rule 4. If the lights in the server room begin to flicker in a sequence of 3, leave immediately. Do not look back. Rule 5. Under no circumstances are you to enter the executive boardroom on the top floor after 1:17 a.m.
Leo felt a cold knot tighten in his stomach. This wasn't a security guide. It was a madman's diary. But a job was a job. The first few hours were fine, boring even. He did his patrol, the beam of his flashlight slicing through the empty cubicles. He heard nothing, saw nothing. Then, at 12:04 a.m., he heard it. A soft, choked sobbing from behind the door of the third-floor women's restroom. It was a sound of pure, bottomless grief. His every instinct screamed to go in, to see if someone was hurt, but he remembered the rules. Heart hammering against his ribs, he approached the door. The crying was clearer now, a heartbreaking whimper. He cleared his throat, his voice a shaky whisper. The merger is complete." The crying stopped, instantly. The silence that followed was somehow louder, more menacing. A sharp, frigid cold bled out from under the door, coating his ankles. He ran back to the security office, locking the door behind him. An hour later, the motion sensor alarm for the West Wing blared on his monitor. A red light blinked insistently. He saw a shadowy figure on the grainy feed, moving between desks. He grabbed his radio, ready to call it in, before Rule 3 echoed in his mind. Ignore them. Do not investigate. He silenced the alarm, his hands trembling. He watched the shadow flit across the screen until it vanished. This was real. At 1:15 a.m., a new fear gripped him. Rule 5, the executive boardroom. He found himself staring at the live feed from its hallway camera. The door was shut. The clock on his wall ticked. 1:16. 1:17. The moment the clock hit 1:17, the boardroom door on the monitor swung inward, as if by an unseen hand. It stood open, revealing a perfect slice of darkness within. A darkness that felt waiting. He spent the rest of his shift in a cold sweat, jumping at every creak of the building. When the sun finally rose, bleaching the world back to normal, he felt like he could breathe again. He came back the next night, and the next. Each shift was a test of nerve, a ritual of obeying the bizarre rules. He never saw anything directly, just the signs, the sounds, the cold. The company paid well, too well to quit. He started to think of it as a bizarre, stressful, but manageable routine. That changed on the fourth night. During his 2 a.m. patrol, his flashlight died, plunged into total blackness. He fumbled for his spare. That's when he saw it. A sliver of light from under a janitor's closet door, and from inside, the distinct sound of typing. Clack, clack, clack. It was slow, deliberate. Someone was in there. Against all his training, against the rule screaming in his head, he reached for the knob. It was unlocked. He pushed the door open. The small room was empty, save for a single old computer monitor on a shelf, glowing with green text on a black screen. The keyboard was covered in a thick layer of dust, yet the cursor blinked, and words began to form, letter by letter, as if typed by an invisible hand. Protocol acceptance test in progress. Subject, Leonard Miller. Status, observing compliance. Leo stumbled back, his blood running cold. This wasn't about placating ghosts. This was a test, a corporate evaluation. He remembered the wording of Rule 2. The merger is complete. He ran to the security office, his mind racing. He ignored the blaring motion sensors, the flickering lights. He went straight to the company's internal server, the one he wasn't supposed to access. He typed in Aethelburg merger. One result came up, a single PDF from 1987. The document was a press release, but the text was redacted, blacked out except for a single, chilling paragraph. The board of Aethelburg Industries is pleased to announce the successful merger with the Paragon Group, a forward-thinking entity poised to revolutionize asset management. The synergy will allow for unparalleled, round-the-clock operational efficiency. At the bottom of the page was a footnote, a list of the Paragon Group's board members. The names were strange, unpronounceable, and next to each name, instead of a title, was a single, horrifying word: feeding. The timer for his hourly patrol beeped. It was 3 a.m. As the sound echoed in the dead silence, a new system-wide message flashed across every single monitor in the building, including his own. Merger successful. Welcome to the family, Leonard. Your new shift starts now.